It's quite difficult not to ask you what's going to happen next. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen next?
DEX trading. Expectations and market predictions. How will decentralized exchanges come to bear on the cryptocurrency market? And what are the next steps for this fledgling technology? Monty Munford, Forbes. Greenspan, eToro.
How are you going? How's your day?
Amazing. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Okay. What did you find this morning and all?
A lot of interviews so far, and a lot of just walking around and meeting some amazing people, and a lot of great projects going on. So
people interviewing you?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you experienced with that type of thing?
Yeah. I do interviews.
For who?
Just about everybody. I mean, a lot of crypto stuff, obviously, but of course, all of the top-tier media as well. So Bloomberg and CNBC.
Oh, really?
Wall Street Journal, Reuters.
And why did they get you to go on the TV? Why are you so good? Tell us about yourself. I'll tell you about me. So I write for The Economist, BBC, Forbes, Newsweek, Wired, TechCrunch, Mashable, whatever. So I meet a lot of great people, right? So that's me. I'm just a kind of conduit here to the genius. Tell us about yourself.
Nah, man, you're the genius. I'm the rising star. You're the already established.
What, you're saying I'm old?
No, established.
Established, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So my name is Monty Greenspan. I'm the senior market analyst in eToro. My main focus is watching the global economy, explaining it to people in a way that's simple to understand, and more importantly, finding the investment opportunities. So find these huge trends. Obviously, crypto is a big part of that, the 2013, 2017 bull run. But also there's a lot of opportunities in other markets, like the currency markets and precious metals and stocks and things like that.
Where did you come from then? What's your background? You were a banker?
No, not quite. So in my family, business my grandfather's a self-made billionaire.
Billionaire?
Yeah, from absolutely nothing to
Tell us about him.
$1 billion. He is an amazing story. He went from industry to industry.
In the States?
In the United States, yeah, California. So obviously, investing in business is a normal dinner time conversation there. And I've been paper trading since I was 13.
Wow.
I used to track the price of gold in the Wall Street Journal and stuff like that.
No way.
So, yeah.
And you were at eToro?
I've been in eToro since 2012.
Okay, you still there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like their evangelist at large?
Exactly. So I'm the one, first of all, internally, so if somebody's working on anything that's market related, everybody, reads my newsletter so they can get kind of the tone for the day.
Okay.
And then obviously externally to the clients, so they, to help them build their portfolios, and to the media, of course.
Do you know what a beadsman is?
No, what's that?
Beadsman was another form of evangelist. So in medieval days in the UK, if you had so much money, you couldn't be bothered to pray, you'd employ a beadsman to pray for you.
Oh, that's cool.
So I always like thinking of myself as a beadsman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or a whipping boy.
Easy now. Okay, so I researched you. I didn't research you at all. I just found it all out when we had a chat just now. But we'll go back to the newsletter stuff
Sure.
Later, if you don't mind. So you're an author. You've written a book, or you've written several?
I'm the co-author of The Complete Guide to Fintech and Investing.
And when did you write that?
About 2 years ago.
Okay. Did it sell any?
Huh?
Did it sell?
It's a free book. It's online. Okay. Everybody can download it anytime.
Anywhere.
It's online, yeah.
Okay. And how many words? Do you remember?
I didn't count.
Oh, okay. Just say, is it a book or?
I think it's about 13 chapters, if I remember correctly.
All right. Yeah. You do 12 chapters. That's a book.
The idea is for it to be digestible, of course. I want it to be accessible, so everybody who doesn't know anything about trading or anything like that can come in and.
So is it an idiot's guide?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so someone like me. I've never traded anything in my life.
Oh, yeah, so then definitely. So you can come in and figure out what online trading is all about and how to build a portfolio, sure.
I nearly signed up with eToro when I was a trainee IT journalist in the late 90s, because I quite fancied the idea of it. But unfortunately, I've never had any money. Do you know what I mean? So it's not good. So maybe I should make some. I made some money last month. It's the first time in my life that I ever made any money in interest.
Congratulations.
£34.
Not,
You know what
wow.
I mean? So I think I must have been doing something
You're
wrong.
beating the bank.
There's
Good
always
on you,
too
Monty.
much month left at the end of the money, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, but you can also practice, right? In eToro, for example, you have a virtual account.
Yeah.
Right. It's free of charge, and you have $100,000 play money that you can just try it out and see how it goes.
So when it comes to crypto, which is probably relevant to this, I mean, we're talking about how will decentralized exchanges come to bear on the cryptocurrency market. I mean, we can just skip that, right?
Yeah, well, it's the decentralized exchanges, I guess, are the fringe of the crypto market at this moment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go back a bit into your prophecy and how smart and forecasting you are.
Prophecy, no.
So is it true that you predicted the Bitcoin values 2000? Actually, before we go into that,
Yeah.
so your previous role before crypto, when you first realized crypto, did you get really excited about it, or were you a naysayer, or how was that transition?
Definitely. So the first time I heard about Bitcoin was early 2013. And then, the first thing that I did was go to Facebook. Everybody was using Facebook back then. And I posted it. And I thought, everybody was going to the post was going to do really well. And people are like, whatever, And I was pretty surprised by that. Because for me, as somebody who had front row tickets to the 2008 financial crisis from inside the machine, just to have something new that can kind of fix that it was just mind-blowing for me.
Did you predict the crash in 2008?
I don't make any predictions.
No, but did you expect it?
Well, I was kind of living through it, I guess. I was just got a job at an online broker, and I watched it happen. I watched the effect on clients and everything like that.
I saw it coming. I was in Ireland, I think, in Dublin. I went speaking at a conference, and then I realised that all the building sites were empty, and the people that were serving me in shops were Irish and not kind of Eastern European, which had been the case before. So I went to India for 2 years, lived on the beach, became a Bollywood film star, which was great.
Wow.
But then I came back, couldn't get a mortgage. You know what I mean? Because they didn't know where I'd been for 2 years. That's what I hate about banks, mortgages, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bitcoin rally of 2013 and 17, you were an investor at that time, or you just...
Yeah, definitely. And I was just starting out in writing analysis. I mean, if you're asking about the aftermath of the 2008 crisis, the biggest move was gold at the time, because the central bank started printing a lot of money, and people were worried about inflation, and people were going to gold as a hedge. From 2009 until 2011, the price of gold just kept soaring over.
So how much did it go up in that time? Because I did think about doing gold when I was in India. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. India, gold is big in India.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did it go, what was it, 30%?
I don't remember the numbers offhand. I think it was probably more than 100% gains. I mean, it crossed $1,000 per ounce for the first time back then, and then reached to almost 2,000, so yeah.
Okay. So you had that experience of living through all of that.
Yeah.
It sounds like it didn't affect you too much, like you didn't lose your money or you didn't get bankrupt. So how did it go with Bitcoin after that? How did you manage to prophesize these rallies?
Okay, so they're not prophecies. Quite honestly, they're not prophecies. And the way that I look at portfolio management is not about being right or wrong. You can never really tell the future. This is an impossible factor. It's not, and anybody who can tells you that they know what's going to happen is just lying to you. The idea, what you want to do when you're building a portfolio, is to diversify yourself sufficiently that if, I don't know, 3 or 4 of your predictions are correct, then you can still make good gains in your portfolio. And that's kind of how I see it. I have right now about 5% of my portfolio in Bitcoin.
5%?
Yeah. In 2017, it was more like 30%.
Okay.
Right. So it's a matter of adjusting the allocation according to what's going on in the market.
But only Bitcoin, not any other Ethereum or alts or anything like that?
My portfolio is public. You can see it on eToro.
Okay.
So eToro is a social trading platform. If you just check my name, you'll see everything that I'm holding. I definitely have plenty of altcoins that I'm holding right now. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if I copy you, I might get more than £34 interest.
Yes. At the moment, unfortunately, it's not possible to copy me because I am an employee of eToro.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose this audience, crypto audience, I mean, what it's quite difficult not to ask you what's going to happen next. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen next?
Okay. So at the moment, I think that Ray Dalio, if you're familiar with his work, he just put out a blog yesterday called "The World Has Gone Mad and the System is Broken," in which he summarized that money is free for people who have it and is inaccessible for people who don't.
Okay.
Now, some critics have pointed out that, yes, this situation has been going on for a very long time. But we've gotten to the point now where that has exacerbated to the point where people are able to borrow money and get paid for borrowing money. This is a unique point in history where it's called negative yields. And right now there's about $17 trillion in this world, which are parked in negative yields. The main perpetrator...
Hang on, how come? How?
Because the central banks have lowered the interest rates, and because they're pushing money into investors. So basically we're in a situation where they're in the beginning, QE started out quite innocently, right? Just let's print money and let's give it to investors so that they can. At this point, they're basically putting a gun to their head and saying, invest that money. If any money that you hold in the bank, instead of getting paid interest, you're going to have to pay interest on it. Right? So the main negative interest right now is in Japan, where the Bank of Japan owns 75% of all financial assets in the country.
Jesus.
And
how would that go with the US or the UK?
So at the moment, the US is not. The UK is tied up with Brexit. They've got their hands full.
Who knew? Yeah,
but Germany and France are big perpetrators of negative yields.
What does that mean to the common man?
Right. So for the common man, actually, it doesn't seem like a big problem at the moment. For billionaires, though, people who are holding large cash piles in a bank, they've got to start paying for that money.
What a shame.
Right, but well, not that I'm saying I feel for them or whatever.
Are you a billionaire?
Not yet, man.
Okay,
not yet. But we have to think about what the effect is going to be, and most likely they're going to decide to, okay, we need to start allocating that. We need to start making those investments. We need to push it out of cash and into other things.
Okay, so your holding in Bitcoin was 30% 2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago. Now it's 5%.
Correct.
What happened?
The crypto winter of 2018. There was a nice rally the beginning of this year, which I was able to take part of.
Good man.
I actually was more involved in other, so BNB and Litecoin were outperforming, so at that time I was allocating more to them. At the moment, I think it's just seeing China enter this space in a big way, and seeing the president of China, Xi Jinping, probably the most powerful man in the world at the moment, embracing blockchain technology. This is a watershed moment for the crypto industry as a whole.
You really think that? You think it's that important?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I went to the House of, went to Parliament about a year ago, and it was UK companies meet Chinese, UK blockchain companies meet Chinese blockchain companies. And the Lord, I won't tell you his name, because he was an idiot.
Lord Idiot.
He thought, because Ant Financial were there, right? And they just raised 10 billion or something like that.
The Chinese company.
Yeah, and I don't know, the market cap's extraordinary and all that stuff.
Sure.
And I think the Lord thought that the Chinese blockchain companies were just a bunch of developers. Right. You know what I mean? And he tried to make a joke about ants and this TV couple, Ant and Dec. And I said, do you mind, a bit of respect, mate, really.
Seriously?
And he completely changed his attitude, after that. Like, oh my God, they're rich. I think a lot of people do that with China anyway. But there'd been quite a lot of cooperation, between UK and Chinese blockchain companies over the years.
Certainly.
And so I wasn't surprised that he came out with that, what I mean?
Well, maybe once you get the Brexit sorted and... yeah, seriously, that seems to be the reaction from everybody. I thought we were going to be done on October 31st. I thought it was over.
Let's talk about your trousers. Where'd you get your trousers from?
I have no idea. My wife is in charge of all of my wardrobe decisions. She dresses me and my kids.
Right, he's shouting at me, he's really shouting at me, and he will drag me off stage if we don't finish up soon. You said that gold was a good hedge during the financial crisis.
Yes.
Do you think that crypto is a hedge during probably the next financial crisis, which isn't far away?
That is a good question. Gold actually was not a good hedge in the financial crisis. 2008, the price of gold actually went down a little bit. but it didn't go down as much as stock. So it did act as a store of value. And it depends how the crisis plays out. Like, financial crisis is like an earthquake, okay? And you can't really predict an earthquake. You can say that one happens every 10 or 20 years, but you can't say how it's going to play out, or if it's going to be shaky, if there's going to be aftershocks or anything like that. So the main thing, it depends how it plays out. If there is a hyperinflation scenario where the central banks have printed too much money and the dollar goes down the toilet, then yeah, you're probably better off holding Bitcoin in that situation.
Right, okay.
But if there's a recession, global growth goes down 2, 3, 5%, I think that more likely people are going to be selling Bitcoin because they're going to need the cash. They're going to need to pay the bills. And if it's, put gas in the tank or hodl my Bitcoin, it's going to be put gas in the tank every time.
Plug your newsletter. Where can you get your newsletter? Because I'm going to read it. Sounds good.
Thanks. You can just hit me up on Twitter and send me your email address.
What's your Twitter handle?
Monty Greenspan.
That's just the same as your name.
It's so convenient.
Very fascinating man. Round of applause, please, for Monty Greenspan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.